So, Jurassic Park was a book before it was ever a movie, okay? And it's a really good book, and it's by Michael Crichton, and I really love it, and I'm about to tell you why. So, Jurassic Park, of course, you'll probably know the movie of it. The book is fairly different from the movie. There are a few major changes. One being the book definitely has more characters. More people die in the book. I'm not going to tell you who, of course, just know more people die. And then the kids are actually switched. The older one is actually a boy, and he's like super nerdy, and then there's like this super little girl who loves softball, which I kind of actually appreciate that this one it's kind of switched that way, because I don't know, it just seems a little less stereotypical. And then what else is there? The main thing that changes is the opener. Basically, the thing that it begins with in the novel is kind of a slow build-up. First it kind of introduces you to this, what I assume is kind of an alternate reality. Maybe this is actually real and I just don't know about it. But it's kind of, I assume it's an alternate reality where genetics is a really big business. And people are working on changing people's, not only human makeup, but also using it to change food and bacteria and, making fish different colors. Maybe it is real. I don't know. But, so they're working on all these things, and there's no government regulation, very little at least, for any of this. And so it kind of has produced a lot of these shady dealings that are going on, and people just trying to make money using all these cool genetic things that they can do in a lab. So it kind of opens with that, and then you get a little bit of something, and I won't spoil this part because it's completely different. You get a little bit of something that kind of slowly allows you to sort of realize what's going on in Jurassic Park. And if you don't know what Jurassic Park is, then, well, I'm just going to spoil it for you. So you get kind of this slow build up to what Jurassic Park is, which was probably really cool back before the movie. Now everybody just knows. But, so you get this cool build up that slowly gets more and more suspenseful. It's very good suspense. And then you finally meet Dr. Grant, who is I guess, a paleontologist who's working, trying to find bones in Montana, I think it is, and he is contacted by John Hammond, who is the person who is kind of paying for all of the work that he's doing, and he wants Dr. Grant and his student. By the way, that is their, that's why Ellie is with Dr. Grant. They're not dating, they're just, she actually has a fiance. They're just, she's like doing her master's degree or something, and so she's helping him with his work. And so he asked the both of them to come to his new private island where they're building a resort, and they don't really know what the resort is, and then, it kind of slowly dawns on them. Once they get to the Jurassic Park, I will say I think the movie did a better job of making it kind of this grand reveal. In the book, it kind of just drops it on you, like, oh, look, over there, there's a dinosaur. And the people are just kind of like, oh, there's a dinosaur. Like, there's not as much of the, like, whoa, this is so cool thing as you get in the movie, which I think this was kind of lacking. I think people would be, like, totally blown away, especially, again, if this was their livelihood, this is what they were working on. This is their life's work, basically, and there it is, it's standing in front of them, it's a real breathing thing. And so, anyway, and then it kind of follows the movie where you go into the park, and you see all the dinosaurs, and then the dinosaurs attack, and it's really bad, and blah, 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 blah. The book is part action, definitely has the action, gory, very kind of disturbing attacks from these dinosaurs. You get a lot of suspense because really, especially with the raptors, you don't know where they're going to pop out. The Tyrannosaurus parts are done really good. The T-Rex is great. But the thing that the movie did not incorporate is a lot of the technical side. You get a lot about how the dinosaurs were made, how the whole place is run, and it fills in a lot of the gaps that I think people complain about with the movie. I just watched a review of the movie, and some of the complaints that they were talking about, like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Well, it's explained in the book. It makes perfect sense in the book why things were made this way. But the thing is that it gets a little slow, especially when you're hearing all about, like, computer code and stuff like that, and you're just like, I don't care. Where are the dinosaurs? I don't care that you're having to go through all this thing to try to get the lights back on. Like, I don't care. Like, I guess it's trying to build suspense a little bit more, but usually in the places that it is, it's kind of a slowed down portion where there doesn't really need to be anything. Another strange thing that he did to try to build suspense that I don't really think was necessary at all is he made one of those time limit things. It's like if you've read any Percy Jackson, Rick Riordan, he always has this deadline that they have to reach, and if they don't reach the deadline by that time, then it's all going to be over and blah 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 blah. I really don't think that was necessary. I don't really need something to prove to me, like a reason for Dr. Grant and the kids to want to get back so badly when they're stranded in the middle of a dinosaur park. Like, obviously they want to get back to other humans and where there are buildings where they'll be safe. That's a given. I really don't need there to be any arbitrary time limit to that. So it is kind of weird that he added that in. Another thing that is added in is it's very preachy about philosophy and about kind of about the environment, also about genetics. There's a lot of information put in there, and most of it comes out of the mouth of Ian Malcolm, who is, of course, Jeff Goldblum's character that was so interesting in the movie. He's really interesting in the book, too, and he's got just a lot of philosophy and stuff. It feels a little out of place, especially if you're going in expecting the movie, but I really do think that it adds a bit of depth to the whole thing. It gives this book a reason for existing, and makes you understand kind of why Michael Crichton maybe was inspired to write this, because he so wanted to get across how dangerous stuff like this is, and how it's not our responsibility as humans to mess around with nature. Like, that's not what we're supposed to do. So yeah, the dinosaurs are really exciting, and you will definitely be totally entranced the entire time. The characters are pretty good, little one-dimensional, but you know, it's an action book. And then he used some different ways to try to, of course, make it more interesting, which is what I was talking about, make it more layered. Some of them work, some of them don't. But overall, it's a great book, and I really enjoy it, and it is like reading a summer blockbuster, pretty much. So if you like that kind of thing, then you are going to probably like Jurassic Park. So, next book that I will be reviewing will probably be reviewed from my new house that I am moving to because I'm going to school. So it might be a little delayed, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm going to try to keep up with it as much as I have been. But our next book is going to be King Lear by Shakespeare. This is my favorite Shakespearean thing, and I'm really excited to read it again. So I'll get back to you guys on that, and see you later. Bye-bye.